It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning. Welcome back if you have just tuned in. Thank you so much. Time to get your just rewards as we relive all of those magical moments from a sporting weekend. Some magical moments, yes. A rather mixed bag. Carl Lewis now joins us, an Eyewitness News sports reporter, who I think, like me, is bemused. Is that the right word after a weekend like this? Or just the rugby? Let's focus on that. Possibly disappointment, but a lot of big questions being compounded now. The pressure has to be on, Alistair Coetzee.
Definitely disappointment. However, I did expect the result, but to be honest, the manner in which we are losing, I think that's the most disappointing aspect. You know, I feel for Alistair in the sense that throughout the year, there's been a lot of individual errors. But in the same breath, touched on it earlier, there are structural things that we need to sort out, and defensively, our attack is not that great. There's nothing we do really well, and that's when you have to focus on the coaching staff. I mean, four wins out of 10, the pressure must definitely be on Alistair Coetzee. Now he has 2 more tests this year to kind of see if he's the right man. I mean, I'm all for giving coaches time, but there hasn't been something to cling on to, something to say, listen, the box, we do this well, you know, we can build on this. There hasn't been any improvement this year, and I'm really worried the direction in which our Springboks are going. But let's see how the tests against
Italy. Still got the rest of the tour to go. Yeah, and I think often you'll have players that kind of stand up and shine, or those that translate their form from Super Rugby into the national level, and that's not happening either. So a bit of a disconnect there. Well, people who are connecting well as a unit and everyone playing their part, the Proteas, we spoke about their incredible first test, second test going even better.
Yes, like I said on Friday, I said the first 2 sessions were important, and I mean, they were absolutely amazing. Big Vern, 5 wickets, bowled them out for 85, and then this morning we were bowled out for 325. Wicketkeeper Quinton de Kock scored another century, Temba Bavuma 74, so everything's just functioning very well at the moment for South Africa, and I think Australia, the last time I checked, were 26 for 1. So really everything...
And the scalp of Warner, which we wanted, you know?
Yes, so I mean, everything is just going right. The polar opposite of the Springboks. And it's lovely to wake up on a Monday morning to see the Proteas doing well.
You talk about polar opposites very quickly. Shakes Mashaba has been suspended after Bafana's 2-1 win over Senegal. Undoubtedly the favourites going into that World Cup qualifier now. South Africa top of the log. What happened there? Do you know any background as to why our national coach has been suspended?
Well, Shakes has had a teshy relationship with the media and his SAFA bosses, so I think it has a lot to do with, they called it an incident that happened after the games.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, so those are the rumours swirling around, that he had a bust-up with SAFA president Danny Odan, and he's been suspended. I mean, Shakes has been under pressure for some time now, and maybe things just got the better of him. And it takes away from a fantastic result, really. I mean, Senegal, our top team, ranked 32 in the world. We ranked 62. It's just a shame that the weekend kind of ends like that for Bafana after an important win if we are to fulfill our dreams of playing in Russia.
Yeah, and certainly with the amount of football that's being played, hopefully the continuity will stay. Maybe this is just a wrap over the knuckles and we'll see him back in that driving seat soon enough. A fantastic weekend. We'll just tip our hats to all of our petrol heads out there as well. Great on the Formula One, and I think Brad Binder as well. We've got to recognise the fact that coming from the back of the grid to end Valencia in front, but he is a Moto3 champion. Do you know if he's going to be progressing to MotoGP, to Moto2? What's the natural progression for him?
Well, we hope that Moto2 next, and in the future MotoGP, but yeah, he is really a South African that we should be proud of, and I don't think enough is said about him. I know you guys do your bit here, but he's really been performing, and he's been an excellent light for South Africa this year, an example rather.
Absolutely dominant. Dude, thank you so much for suffering through all of that sport this weekend. It really was an interesting weekend, but great to see some of our national teams very much back on track. And we go back to the think tank when it comes to rugby. It's not all doom and gloom. But after that, we better have some more fun and games in studio. See if you're switched on this morning.